Hey there Fnaf fans, DKBonnie17 here with another unboxing video. Today we're gonna review the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Snaps! Yeah, apparently some people are saying that these are replacing the McFarlane construction sets. I'm not so sure, I'll have to review them first. And would you look at that, Funko is making more! How exciting! Now, the way we're gonna review them is by starting with the 1-packs, then the 2-packs, and lastly the playsets. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So the first one that we're gonna review today is Bonnie. Now, let me tell you guys, these figures are so satisfying to build and take apart. But I can already tell that these cannot be compared to the McFarlane figures, because they are not even close to being Lego figurines. They're more like small action figures for children about 6 and up, I would say. They're more like toys than collectibles. McFarlane figures are more game accurate and collectible. The problem for me is that I don't play with toys anymore. I'm an 18-year-old guy. And before you ask, the reason why I'm collecting these is because I find them very charming. But I guarantee, if they came out like 5 or 6 years ago, I would have played with them for hours. Anyways, back to the figure. Now at first glance, Bonnie doesn't look too bad, but there are a few things that bug me. Firstly, his head shape is a bit wonky and ugly in my opinion. It's like they took his forehead and cheeks and just stretched them out. I know that they're supposed to be stylized versions, just like the mystery minis. But I would prefer it if it was a little more game accurate. I have to say that his face is quite good, honestly. And look, Funko finally learned their mistake and didn't give him upper teeth this time. Although now he has freckles, which isn't accurate to the game. The torso is fine, nothing is really wrong with it, and I like the bow tie. However, his legs are inaccurate. They look more like Glamrock legs. However, this makes me think that there might be a security breach wave in the future. Hopefully they can get them right this time. I do have to say that this model is detailed. If you look closely, you can see all the tiny carves on his body to make him look old and worn out. I kinda like it. Now, every figure comes with a happy faceplate and an angry faceplate. And there's actually an endoskeleton underneath the faceplate. That's a cool feature. And it actually reminds me of the McFarlane figures with their removable heads. I will say that the endo head is quite accurate. I just wish it was painted a little more. Ugh. I have to say that the angry faceplate does make him look pretty creepy. Especially because he has no eyebrows. Bonnie also comes with a pizza banjo. Really, Funko? That is just really lame. He should have come with his guitar. And the way he's holding it is also quite lame in my opinion. The other 1-pack that we have is Foxy. Okay, let me tell you guys that Foxy is definitely better than Bonnie. Because he's more accurate and a little more detailed. His head shape is quite good, even though it's still not perfect. And his face is also great looking. And they even added his gold teeth, unlike the action figure. Although what really stings is that Funko didn't even bother to paint the rest of his eye patch. I have to say that his body is also better than Bonnie's. His arms especially have more details. Funko actually made them look more withered-like. I just wish that they were painted more. They even added his tufts of fur on his shoulders. His legs are pretty much spot on. Unlike Bonnie's. However, I wish that they were painted silver instead of grey. And I guess the withering in his torso could have used more painting too. It's quite detailed though. I have to say that I like that his angry faceplate has his eye patch open. That's a smart idea, cause then you have both variants in one figure, unlike McFarlane who had to make 2 Foxys. He also comes with a sign that says "It's me." I quite like that. Foxy usually never comes with accessories. I also see the potential of a future Pirate Cove set with a removable out of order sign that you can swap with. Moving on to the 2-packs, next up we have Freddy and Springtrap. I guess it makes sense to have these two together in one pack. You have the main mascot of the franchise and the main antagonist. However, wouldn't it make more sense if Freddy was swapped with Golden Freddy? Anyways, on to Freddy. I would say that Freddy has about the same issues as Bonnie. Once again, the head shape, while being better than Bonnie's, it still bugs me a little. His cheeks are not round but more squarish and it just looks weird. His ears look like they've been stretched out a little. Also, I don't really like that his head bends like that. It's just too cartoonish for my taste. And it still has a black brim? Why? His face though is quite good, just like Bonnie's. Once again, they didn't add upper teeth, and his eyebrows don't look too bad either. Just like Bonnie, the torso is fine, but again, why does he have glamrock legs? His angry faceplate is identical to Bonnie's, but since Freddy has eyebrows, he doesn't look as scary as Bonnie. Yep, eyebrows make a big difference. I have to say that the microphone is very nice and detailed, even more than the action figure one. Springtrap though is kinda mediocre to me. Yeah, unfortunately Springtrap has a lot of mediocre merch in my opinion. Not even McFarlane got him right. Okay, I have to say that this one is very detailed with all of that withering all over him. Again, I wish he was painted more. The big plus for him though are his accurate endo feet. This was something that even McFarlane screwed up. But another minor mistake is that he only has 4 fingers when we all know that he should have 5. Could Funko seriously not make a new mold for the arms? Another problem with him is once again the head shape. This time they took his jaw and shrunk it a bit. He looks like a skull. Also again, his eyes are the wrong color. They should be gray. I do like that William Afton is under the faceplate instead of the endoskeleton. Again, something that McFarlane didn't do. Although Afton with that smile makes him just look goofy and not scary at all. I mean, it could be worse. There are still some details which is nice. I will say that his angry faceplate looks so much better on him than his heavy one because it makes him look more like Springtrap. Also, his mouth is hollow so you can see Afton inside. Pretty cool. Although I have to say, what the hell is this? Is this Plush Trap? No, it can't be because it has a bow tie and no legs. Is this Bonbon dressed up as Springtrap? How did Scott even approve of this? Well, it might be because that every figure has to come with an accessory. Why not give him a knife instead? Oh wait. These are kids' toys after all. However, I do look forward to a Funtime Freddy figure in the future. The last of the 2 packs that we have is Toy Bonnie and Baby? Okay, this has got to be the strangest character combo I've ever seen in my life. I mean, why the hell would you sell the main character from Sister Location with a random character from Fnaf 2? And why would you release Toy Bonnie out of any character in this way before the other toys? It makes sense for them to make Circus Baby because she's both a fan favorite and an important character. Well, I'm not complaining because Toy Bonnie is my favorite character and I just want them to make him in every single line of FNAF merch. Looking at you, action figures! Anyways, onto Toy Bonnie. Ugh! That's strange because Toy Bonnie has the exact opposite problem of Bonnie and Freddy. Because his head shape is pretty much fine, but now there's a problem with the face. It's very disturbing. Firstly, they gave him extra thick eyebrows. Then they made his nose 3 times bigger. And then they took his jaw and stretched it out like crazy. They just took away all of his cuteness and make him look insanely creepy. And again, his body looks completely fine. Even his legs are spot on. Also, what makes Toy Bonnie stand out from the others is that he's completely smooth with no carves at all. And also shiny too. I do like that though. I also like that he has the FNAF 2 endoskeleton instead of the FNAF 1. But those eyelashes make him look weird. Oh god, his angry expression just makes him look worse. Not to mention that unlike everyone else, his angry faceplate is barely different from his happy one. Something weird about it is that his mouth on the angry faceplate is hollow, but not his happy one. Also, why does he come with Bonnie's guitar? Yeah, this is normal Bonnie's guitar. Toy Bonnie's guitar looks like this. Well, it doesn't really matter, cause if you have both figures, you can easily just swap them around. Hey, would you look at that? I think that pizza banjo suits Toy Bonnie more than regular Bonnie. Because Toy Bonnie is more kid friendly, so it would make sense if he would come with that banjo. I have to say though, the guitar is very cool looking, it's pretty much spot on. But Toy Bonnie can for the life of God not hold his guitar. Hell, no one else can! Unless I put it in his hand like this. Now, a lot of people would call him the worst figure in this series, but I shockingly disagree. Because unlike Freddy, Bonnie and Springtrap, he's technically more accurate to the game with his head shape. The only problem with him really is his face. But I have to say that Circus Baby is definitely a good looking figure. She's very accurate to the game, not to mention how detailed she is. With all of those faceplates and those lines on her pigtails and limbs. She's exactly how I want every figure to be. Game accurate but with big heads and small bodies. Even her collars are accurate to the game. Even her endoskeleton is so cool and detailed. And I have to say that she has the coolest angry expression with open faceplates and everything. Baby would have been perfect if it wasn't for one big flaw. Because of these shoulder pads, she cannot move her arms up and down like the others. And that is a problem because she comes with a microphone. The microphone is cool, but not completely accurate either. Besides those two flaws, this figure is pretty much perfect in my opinion. Now, some people say that you don't need these in your collection. However, I do recommend that you get them for 3 reasons. 1. Circus Baby is an important character too. And I bet that Funko is gonna make the rest of the gang in the future. Plus that she's so far the greatest one in my opinion. 2. You probably should get Toy Bonnie too so you can give Bonnie his guitar. And finally, Toy Bonnie may not fit in with the others right now, but we are getting the rest of the gang in wave 2. So I would still recommend that you get him. Okay, before we move on to the playsets, I have to say that these figures look much better displayed together than individually. But that's how it works with every piece of Fnaf merch. Moving on to the playsets, we're gonna start with the stage with Golden Freddy. Again, why does he come with the stage instead of Freddy? Well, I guess it makes sense because then it would be harder to sell any of the other figures if our main mascot came with the main part of the pizzeria. Anyways, onto the figure. Well, there isn't much to say about Golden Freddy because he's just a recolor of Freddy. Although I'm not the biggest fan of that figure because 1. He's too bright of a shade of yellow for my liking. I would have preferred if he was a darker shade of yellow. And 2. His eyes are way too big for my liking. They could have made his eyes black with 2 white dots. But I have to say that the set is gorgeous. I mean, look how much effort they've put into this. Of course it doesn't beat the McFarlane show stage, but still. Firstly, look how the clouds, the sun and the curtains pop out a little and aren't just painted on. And the floor is actually the correct color. That's something that even McFarlane didn't get right. The speakers look pretty nice as well, and they even added a security camera, which is cool. As for the doors, well, they're alright, I guess. I mean, at least they're kinda in their correct positions. You could say that this door leads to the backstage, while this door leads to the bathroom hallway. I have to say that the tables and chairs are pretty nice as well, and they look so good with the stage. The final one that we're gonna review today is the storage room with Chica. Again, it's weird why Chica comes with the stage. I mean, she doesn't even appear in the storage room. Bonnie does. But again, it makes sense because otherwise it would be hard to sell Chica because everyone hates her. Anyways, onto the figure. Just like Freddy and Bonnie, Chica's head isn't quite accurate to the game. But unlike those two, I actually kinda like that head shape more than the others. She kinda looks like Chica from that cringy but nostalgic and charming Fazbear and Friends animation. Once again, they didn't give her upper teeth, which is great. Although her eyebrows could have been thicker and her eyes are not quite the right color. The letters on her bib are quite impressive for being so tiny. Although she still has those weird glam rock legs but with chicken feet. Her angry expression makes her look goofy, but that's not a bad thing. I will say that the cupcake is ugly as hell. Because 1. Why is his candle so dummy thick? And 2. What's with his expression? And 3. His buck teeth are so huge now. Enough with the figure, let's talk about the set itself. I mean, the set looks nice and it's got a fair amount of detail. But it looks nothing like the storage room from Fnaf 1. This looks more like a room from Sister Location. Especially with those pipes. One thing that I've noticed is that the storage room is the exact same size with the exact amount of doors as the stage. Which apparently is going to be the case with all sets, which is boring. McFarlane at least made them in different shapes and sizes and tried to make them look game accurate, with a few exceptions. Not to mention that this room doesn't even exist. But I still really like this set. Like I said, it's extremely detailed with those wires, those boxes and those endo heads. Now, one thing cool about these endo heads is that you can put the masks on top of them, which is cool. And there are enough endo heads for the remaining face masks, at least for this wave. Another cool thing with this set is the accessories that comes with it. Firstly, we've got those tables. There's nothing really to say about them. But you can actually snap the figures' heads on top of them. Pretty cool. Next up we have this box full of pieces, which is nice. And lastly we've got this really neat looking endo head, which is actually quite accurate. And you can even put a faceplate on top of it. That's so cool. Before we finish off, let me show you how I would display these figures all together. We've got the main 5 from Fnaf 1 and 1 character from Fnaf 2, 3 and Sister Location. How would you display these together, you may ask? Well, first, Freddy, Bonnie and Chica all need to be on the stage, of course. We don't have a Pirate's Cove, so Foxy can stand here in the dining area. And since Circus Baby is a lead singer too, I think she deserves to be in the dining area as well. We don't have an office yet, so Golden Freddy is gonna stay in the storage room. However, we are getting an office in the next wave, so he'll switch places soon. Springtrap has to be in the storage room as well, because why wouldn't it make sense to have an old withered animatronic back there? And since we have Toy Bonnie but no one else, let's just say that in this timeline the staff have ordered the toys but only Toy Bonnie has arrived. So he can go chill in the storage room as well. Hey, would you look at that? I think this display looks really nice. So my final thoughts on this series is, I actually ended up liking them a lot. Sure, it may not be as cool as the McFarlane sets, but I think that these are more fun to collect than the mystery minis and the Funko Pops. And I bet they're fun for younger fans to play with. If I had to rank the figures, I would say that Golden Freddy is the worst one, then Bonnie, then Freddy, then Springtrap, then Toy Bonnie, then Chica, then Foxy, and then the best one is Baby. I am looking forward to the upcoming wave 2 and hopefully more waves to come in the future. I really want to see Funtime Freddy, the Glamrocks, the Puppet, Ennard and Glitchtrap in the future. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And I'll see you in my next video, so peace out everyone.